Welcome to Reddit Reader, where we dive into the stories on amiwrong. Were you ethically or morally wrong? See what sides the internet takes. Our first story comes from a user named present_ruin451 titled, "Am I wrong for not wanting guests in my home? I'm 25 and my partner is 28. He has a little brother, 22, who is in the same town. Let's call him Jay. Jay moved to town for school in 2020 and we'd spend a lot of time together. He'd spend all his weekends at our house. Even during the COVID lockdown, he chose to stay with us instead of going home. Things got really bad for us financially and we had to downgrade our lifestyle. Then we never saw Jay again. He was always busy when we wanted to see him. The whole family cut ties with us because they thought we were very poor and struggling, but that wasn't the case. When things got better, we moved back to the CBD and didn't tell anyone. Jay started dating this girl, let's call her B. He didn't tell us, we found out from his socials. One day during the school break, my partner tells me that Jay is still in town and he's been drinking every day by himself because all his friends and girlfriend are home for the school break. My heart broke for him and I went to get him to my house. I reminded him that my home will always be his anytime. Jay was gonna be graduating in a few weeks, so I asked him to please introduce me to B before the graduation ceremony because I won't feel comfortable sharing family space with someone I've never even seen before. But he didn't do that, we just bumped into each other at the graduation ceremony. The whole family came for the graduation ceremony and my partner and I took care of everyone's food and entertainment for the weekend, even though we were not included in the planning because everyone thought that we're poor. Now that everyone has seen that we're not struggling, they started keeping in touch and wanting to visit us. I am straight up with everyone that for the 5 years I've been married to their son, I never had anyone visit me, so I'm not comfortable with starting to do that now, and Jay is an exception. Here's the last straw, we just moved from the city center to live off the grid and it is a very beautiful place. Jay has come to stay with us a couple of times when B was home. B is back and I think Jay has been telling her about how beautiful our new place is. Yesterday we met in town and B told my partner that she wants to visit us. She heard that we always cook nice food. When my partner told me, I went straight to tell her that I wouldn't be comfortable with her in my house because she never wanted to visit us when we stayed in the CBD. Even when I asked, Jay never brought her, so I stopped trying to invite her. I then told Jay that my home will always be his home, so he is welcome to bring B anytime he wants to, but it shouldn't be under the impression that they're visiting us because we've always been the same people cooking the same nice food everywhere we stayed, but B never came to visit us. I told them that I know that B wants to go to my house now because Jay couldn't keep quiet about how beautiful it is, and Jay can take her to see it any time they want to. They shouldn't involve me because I am not used to having guests, so I don't think I'd be a good host. Was I wrong? Our last story is from a user named JungleRumble19 post, "Am I wrong for not going on a trip with my friend? I, 24F, have a friend Sarah, 25F, who I've known since high school. We were super close growing up but have drifted apart over the last few years. We see each other every couple months to catch up, but we're not nearly as close as we used to be. Sarah is going on a big trip to Europe this summer with some of her other friends. She asked if I wanted to join them for part of the trip. The plan would be for me to meet up with them in Paris and travel around with the group for about a week. I feel bad, but I told Sarah I couldn't go. The main reason is money. The flight to Europe plus a week of hotels and activities would be really expensive for me. Sarah comes from a wealthy family, so money isn't as big of an issue for her. Sarah was really upset and said I was bailing on her. She said this was a chance for us to reconnect and she needed me there. I tried to explain nicely that I just couldn't afford it right now. I feel bad that I upset her, but I don't think it's reasonable for her to expect me to go on a trip I can't afford right now. We can reconnect in other ways that don't cost so much. Am I in the wrong? Thank you for watching. If you haven't done so, hit that like and subscribe.